Bibb branch of the NAACP is asking the district attorney to reduce or remove the charges against the accused Walmart vandalism suspects. 41 NBC's Skylar Henry also spoke with the Bibb County Sheriff, who claims the group damaged about $2,000 worth of property.
To actually charge these kids with second-degree damage to property, a riot, and street gang activity is too severe for this type of incident.
Macon Bibb NAACP President Gwynette Westbrooks says Karan Green, LaKelvin Renfro, Haj Malik Renfro, Vashawn Rozier, and a 16-year-old shouldn't be facing felony charges.
I think to impose this type of charges, it kind of kills their future.
The five, along with dozens of others, are accused of running through the Walmart on Zebulon Road last month, damaging store property.
It's not against the law to go in the Walmart. It's not against the law to go in 2 by 2. I go into Walmart and sometimes I knock things off the shelf. So I don't know what their crime was.
Sheriff David Davis disagrees, saying what they did was dangerous.
This is a very serious thing, and we need to send a message that we don't want to tolerate that in our community.
Several supporters of the NAACP and church leaders think those who were arrested need a different punishment.
The judge could give them a strict admonishment, talk to them. I think that would be more helpful than setting these high bonds and messing up their future.
Based on the evidence that we have, the charges we feel are appropriate. And our job is to find probable cause that a crime has been committed.
Investigators say you don't have to be in a gang to face criminal street gang activity charges.
The definition of a street gang activity is when 2 or more people get together and they engage in criminal activity. There was some indication in the investigation that some of the people whom we arrested were participating in some gang. There were some gang signs, there was some information that we were developed that they were very possibly probably involved in gangs.
Now the NAACP says it'll wait to see if the charges are lowered. And if they aren't, then they'll take action.
We're going to be actually doing a protest. It's time for Macon to wake up. It's time for us to wake up and to stand up to things that are not right in our community.
In Macon, Skylar Henry, 41 NBC News.
Sheriff Davis says the accused vandals have not been indicted or convicted. No word on when or if the NAACP will protest. District Attorney David Cook sent us a statement on the matter tonight. I take both public safety and any decision to indict under the gang statute very seriously. We will take as much time as necessary to identify the suspects and determine what charges are appropriate in each case.